Hi, this video is about Squarespace versus Bluehost hosting. My name is David and I'm with mybesthostingreview.com. So I've used Bluehost for about 10 years. They're the longest host that I've used for a long time. They have an interesting history, which I'm going to talk about in a few minutes. And then I've used Squarespace for about 2 years for multiple websites. And there's some very serious positives and negatives to each one, and these are very different hosting companies offering an extremely different experience. So let's get right to the features. So the first feature and the main feature that I really want out of a host is a cPanel. And while Bluehost doesn't have the look of a classic cPanel, it does have what I can see, all the features that I want of the cPanel that enables me to do all the things that I really want to do with a host. Okay, and so I think that they just took the classic cPanel and they put a different skin on it. Squarespace looks something like this. You can click in here and you can do settings and stuff, but overall, it's definitely not a cPanel. You can't do any of the things that you really want to do with a cPanel, or you can do some of the things. Some of the things you just can't do. Which there's a few things that I was surprised. I even contacting support, as much as the support was good, there's just certain settings that you're not going to be able to do with Squarespace. So this is an obvious Bluehost win. WordPress compatibility. This is really critical, and this is directly related to cPanel. If you have the classic cPanel, you can install WordPress. I think WordPress is the best content management system out there for several reasons. It's the least expensive. There's the most people that you can find to support it. There's $5 or 5-minute free plugins that you can do that enables you to do things that you might not even be able to do with something like Squarespace. Okay, and you cannot install WordPress with Squarespace because they have their own WordPress-like content management system. So this is an obvious winner to Bluehost. Now, their support. The support for Squarespace is excellent. It's top-notch, while the support for Bluehost used to be good and now is poor. So this is an obvious win for Squarespace. So if you're a really new person with doing websites, Squarespace is probably going to be better for you because their support is so good. And at any point, if you get hung up, they'll be there to help you, and quite promptly. The way that Bluehost support is set up now, it's more to save the company money and make it as efficient for their support team as possible than it is to make it as efficient and supportive as it for the customer. Okay, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in just a second. So Bluehost, let's actually go. This is Squarespace pricing. I don't think you need any of this other stuff right here. But for $12 a month annually, so that's $144 a year, you get Squarespace, and that's pretty expensive for hosting as far as hosting goes. They do provide some unique experiences, and again, very excellent support. So I'm not saying it's not worth it. I'm just saying that that's pretty expensive, especially when you compare. Even after the first year with Bluehost at $108 per year, it's not. It's still substantially more expensive. Well, the first year you're going to get a big discount with Bluehost. So far this is definitely a Bluehost win. Squarespace, they do both give you a free domain, so this is a tie. So what is EIG? EIG is a company that buys hosting companies and makes them more efficient or cost effective for their shareholders, which if you're a shareholder is great, but if you're a customer is bad. Because my experience, and this is directly what happened to me with Bluehost, is exactly what happened. And even one of the support people I talked to admitted in a roundabout way as much, that because I was a customer before EIG bought them, and then I was a customer after, and the year after, I didn't know that they had been bought. I didn't really know about AIG at the time. They went from excellent support to, it was almost like, what's going on? Not just support, but their service was poor, and I had it really ended up costing me a lot of money in a good business relationship because of what Bluehost did to me. I lost tens of thousands of dollars, and so I can't recommend any company that EIG owns. And there's a Wikipedia page for Endurance International Group. A lot of people, I didn't use HostGator a lot, but a lot of people said the same thing about HostGator. Bluehost here is on the list, and I'm guessing that they're always buying up companies, so this is probably not an exhaustive list, but I bet it's pretty close. So any company that you see on here might even have a good reputation. Bluehost, in a lot of circles, still has a good reputation because you got old articles, and you have people who've used them forever and haven't really encountered the need to do the support, or they didn't get unfortunate enough, because you can go years without really needing the support. But so with EIG, you're just not going to get good support. Any company that EIG owns, I wouldn't. They're going to have a low quality, low support score. Okay, so what's my recommendation? Really, if you're a complete beginner at making websites, I would say Squarespace. If you really know what you're doing and you're willing to risk having poor support, maybe go with Bluehost. But honestly, I would say my direct recommendation really is neither. But if you have to pick between the two, I might pick Squarespace, even though they're more expensive, because support matters a lot. But I might also pick Bluehost because WordPress matters a lot. Having a cPanel matters a lot. And so there's not a simple recommendation here. There'll be a link below this video to my favorite host that fulfills all of the conditions that I want. That is much better, in my opinion, than both of these hosts. So please like this video. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye.